The PlayStation 5 Controller DualSense has been revealed. The Final Fantasy VII has a great launch. Apparently, easy mode is too easy, though, according to Kotaku, and Bitcoin Mama. All this and more on Wumpa Time. What's up, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of Wumpa Time. My name is Canadian Guy, and I am joined by the one, the only, Shemp.
Oh, me. Hello, all.
That's you. That's you. You're here.
That's me. We are back.
So,
I promise.
Again, we're airing on Sunday again because I wasn't feeling the greatest yesterday. I felt like a big old pile of caca. And I was like, I don't want to do Wumpa Time right now because I feel sick. But now I feel better, so I do want to do Wumpa Time.
Yeah, we're not going to do a podcast when we're sick because that's not the content you want for free.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
So,
and speaking of content you probably didn't want, let's start with this kind of out of nowhere thing that announced 11 days ago, and I had no idea until yesterday.
Neither did I.
You've played Pong, right? You're a sane human being.
Of course.
You know what Pong is.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you also know that Atari is struggling since the dawn of time, right?
Yes.
I'm not the only one, right? Okay,
Yes.
cool. So, there's a new Pong game coming out. Yes, a new Pong game, and it's an RPG. It's a game called Pong Quest, and
Pong Quest.
it's an RPG where you it's like a visual novel, but you pick your little
Pong?
the little yeah, your Pong thing. You get to customize it. You get to put like skins on it, and then you can add clothes and faces and stuff, and then play Pong against other characters. But there's like quests and dialogue, and you can unlock different skins and customize it. It's neat. It's a game I want to play because it's so weird and dumb, but I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know what it's coming out for. This looks like a mobile game, but it just doesn't say. It just says it's Pong Quest. Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. Hold on.
Were you April Fooled?
Oh, wait, no. Wait, no, it's March 31st. Hold on. I'm Googling. Is Pong Quest real? Oh, wait. Yes, it is real. Okay. It's on Steam. Okay. Oh. Okay. It's coming
Restart
out.
the Wumpa Time. We opened up with an April Fool's joke.
I was about to be so upset. Wait. About this game. Literally the description. No balls, no problem. Play with classic rules. I am adding this to my wish list.
How much is it? Please enlighten me.
So it's coming out spring 2020. There is no what? Hold on. Okay, there's no price yet. I imagine this is going to be like a $20 game. Recommended specs, you need a quad-core CPU and 8 gigabytes of RAM.
What? What is this thing going to be like? What?
Okay, this is developed by Checkered Inc., and they've made some other games on Steam, it looks like, but I don't know what these are.
Checkered Inc. I've never heard of this, ever.
They've made 9 other puzzle games, and I am baffled. This is something I'm going to be keeping an eye on, and when it releases, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do an update at Wumpa Time, but 8 gigabytes of RAM to run Pong. Yo, how back then it's like, hey, what are we going to benchmark this PC for? Oh, Crysis, yeah. What are we going to do? Pong. The thing is, you need 8 gigs of RAM, but storage, you need 200 megabytes.
This hurts.
That has to be the joke, but this game is real. It's on Steam, and it's like a dungeon crawler mixed with like the old
dungeon crawler.
Yeah, it's a dungeon crawler. Did you play Adventure on the old Atari where you were just a block?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it looks like it's just that, but with also Pong.
Hopefully this game doesn't get canceled. Speaking of canceled, woo, segue. So, as is with most things, most things, man, if I can speak the Queen's English or the King's English, whatever that you guys call it, tonight, that'd be great. BlizzCon might be canceled. So BlizzCon is a convention that happens, I believe, in the summertime, and is one of the biggest conventions in the world, and specifically wrapped around Blizzard content. And when it comes to Warcraft, which was at one point the biggest MMO in the world, and when it comes to Hearthstone, StarCraft, whatever it is, if it's made by Blizzard, they have a convention specifically for it, and that's where they also reveal new games, like for Diablo and the new expansion for World of Warcraft, etc., etc.
A bunch of disappointments.
For
a lot of people.
In the past few years, it's definitely been interesting. So they may cancel it this year due to the coronavirus, the what should we call it? What's the nickname? What was the nickname we gave it last Wumpa time? Let's give it a new nickname.
Okay, yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
The blank virus.
The blank. Oh yeah, I think we just called it blank virus. Yeah, the blank.
We'll call it the blank. So the blank is causing BlizzCon to going down, which is the first time BlizzCon has ever been canceled. And I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna make a straight shoot. I think all conventions are just gonna be canceled till January.
I think that's the safest bet right now. Even after everyone's out of quarantine, people still are going to be extremely hesitant to do anything. And I think a convention and any sort of gathering, like a concert or anything, that's going to be an extreme no-no for a lot of people. Of course, you're going to have people are like, I'm going to go out and have some fun and I go to a concert and do what I want because I do what I want. No, people they're not going to want. It would be better to cancel it and do an online thing.
Well, the thing is too is that when you do all the marketing and hire all the staff and get all the people in and then no one comes, it's a loss of money, right?
Yeah.
So it might just be best to skip it this year and say, hey, this year we're not doing it. Everyone do that, and everyone just says we're going to restart in January, just like everyone else. Because the thing is too is that, for example, my local Comic Con, they're pushing it back to September, and I'm like, why? Just no.
Yeah, same thing with mine. Our Comic Con vanished for 4 years. No, 4 to 5 years. It just vanished. The website. If you went to the website, it would redirect to this weird North Korean website, and everyone was like, no. I don't know why, but they were coming back this year with new management. We were like, oh, awesome, and this happened, so they're also getting pushed back. So, we're coming back. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's just JK, just kidding. But
here's North Korea website.
Well, I mean, the thing is that overall, I think that it would be, like I said, it'd be really, really dumb for them to do this. It doesn't make sense for them to have a convention right now. And even if everything's been in the clear, everyone's going to be hyper cautious. And also, too, people aren't going to be having a good time. You're not going to see as many people in cosplay. You're not going to be seeing as many people. The people that do go, they might be uncomfortable. They might be second guessing themselves, should I be here? Should I even be doing this? Because already we got people out in the stores. I saw someone with toilet paper wrapped around their face as a mask, and I wanted to I just want to take a water bottle and just spray them in the face and be like, and there you go. Look how ineffective that
was. I saw a video of someone using the lid of a pan in their hoodie, and they would in front of their face, and they would tighten the hoodie so you could see their face through the pan.
What?
People are getting creative.
Man, I'm swear. There was one guy I saw. He had and I was dying. I was like, are you serious? The guy had a metal pot on his head, but he cut out where his eyes were, and it was meshed with plastic. And I'm like, what?
I'm sorry.
Imagine, what's the guy from Dark Souls? The guy that praises the sun. Imagine that helmet.
Oh, yeah.
With a cooking pot over his whole head, and it cut out around the eyeballs. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Just stop.
Just stop. Speaking of just stop, segue.
Stadia. Stop. Just stop. So anyways, next up. No. So Google Stadia, you know it, you hate it. We all know it and hate it. we talked last time about how they were giving away subscriptions to people who are subscribed to YouTube Premium, and we were like, okay, no one's using it because not a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people use YouTube Premium, but no one's going to use Stadia. Now Stadia is giving it out to everyone. Anyone who wants Stadia can go and get it free for 2 months. No one is using it. Even for free, no one is using it. I don't know.
Well, it's still not technically free though, because you still gotta buy the bloody game.
That's true. Yes. Well, no. It's 2 months free of Stadia Pro, so you get 2 free games.
Oh.
And one of them is already a free game. Is Destiny 2.
Isn't the other one Tomb Raider?
2. No, the other one is Samurai Warrior.
Oh, great!
Hold on,
that
Stadia
game.
Pro.
I know
games.
all the information about that game. It's been highly anticipated on my list.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I got 2 free months of Stadia Pro. You can play Destiny 2, Grid, Guilt, SteamWorld Dig 2, Steam World Quest, the Serious Sam collection. Okay, Spitlings, Stacks on Snacks, and Thumper. Wow, I am sold.
Man, I am sold. Oh my gosh! What?
You're telling me I can stream Serious Sam in 4K for $69 a month? Consider me sold, dude. Cancel all my other subscriptions. I am going full throttle. I'm selling all my consoles so I can afford Stadia Pro for 4 years. Forever.
Oh my gosh! And here's the thing. I was on another podcast, by the way. Shout out to the Jacked In podcast because they gave a shout to Wumpa Time. So that was really cool of them. We were talking about Wumpa Time, or no, not just about Wumpa Time, but we were talking about...
I know, we're really cool.
I know. We were talking exclusively about Wumpa Time on a different podcast. No, we were talking about the Stadia, and the one gentleman there, he was very, very kind. He had hope for Stadia at first. He's lost it. It's gone. He was like,
it's gone.
Everyone else was ragging on him, like, nah, Stadia's dead. He's like, I have hope. He lost hope. Hope is gone. Hope has been abolished.
Guys, it's gonna be a really good. Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Never mind.
It's gone. And it's been abolished. Speaking of,
I wonder if like the Stadia subreddit is like in flames yet. Or if they're still like
no, it's ashes, dude. It was in flames before. Do you remember when they literally were like, "Hey, my Google Chromecast is hot, like really hot. It's fine." You remember that?
It's fine. Remember when it was melting and people had to glue heat sinks to it?
Yeah, they had to glue heat sinks for it to work. They're like, "It's fine. Don't worry about it."
Just get it out, dude.
It's like. Oh yeah,
gosh. I'm looking at the Stadia subreddit, and it's just 61,000 people subscribe to the subreddit, and it's just like, hey guys, this is stuttering. Hey, this is failing. Hey, this isn't working. What do I do? Hey guys, I don't work on Android TV. Guys, I get input lag, and my mouse is moving at 100 CPU usage.
Yeah, it seems active and vibrant.
Everything is awful. I hate all of this.
Everything's on fire.
Everything sucks. Speaking of
sucks,
cancellations suck.
Yeah.
Segue.
Segue.
E3. Remember? No? Okay. Well, E3 was happening, and then they were going to do an online thing, remember?
Yeah, I remember that. I was looking forward to that. Were you looking forward to it?
Yeah, anything, dude. PS5? No, wait, no, Sony wasn't going to be there. Okay, anything? Just anything at all? No, all gone. Yeah, so E3 is officially canceling their online event, which would have been an easy go-around. So I'm thinking that either, one, the management is just so messed up that they couldn't scrummage together an online event. 2, they already lost enough money. Or 3, they just don't care. Like, they just don't care at all. All gone.
Like, how hard is it to send an email out to companies saying, "Hey, send us your trailers, and we'll put something together for you."
Well, see, that would be because with E3, it's going to be like, hey, we're selling spaces for you to promote your stuff, and for you to promote any of the new consoles, new games. Just buy some spaces and we'll show it. These companies aren't doing that anymore. They're hosting their own events. So what would E3 do? Hey, we'll do it for free. Nah, it's all right. We got YouTube. YouTube's doing it for free too. Oh, okay.
In fact, we make some ad revenue from it.
Yeah, we might as well make money off of our own trailers. So there's really no reason for E3, and that's really sad because, like we discussed, E3 used to be about bringing people together with games, and since they've kind of gone down the drain, companies started seeing that too. Even Jeff Keighley was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna back off.
Yeah, Jeff. Well, he saw what was going on behind the scenes, like we talked about, where they were trying to basically make it a VidCon for gaming YouTubers and influencers, and I'm like, no, that's not E3.
No, that's awful. What are you doing?
Yeah, this is not But here's the thing: I still think that they could have made money on this easily, because the big thing for these directs or these online stuff is that it allows you to be able to bring people in to come and see games from different companies, from different places. Because here's the thing. If I told you, hey, there's this gaming event you've never heard of, but apparently they're going to be showing something Sonic related there, right? Now, the show is an hour long, and one of the things that they're going to be showing is Sonic. Would you still watch it?
Probably, yeah. I mean,
do you see what I mean?
I did that. Yeah, I did that for, we both did that for the PS5 event, just hoping something else would be shown. Yeah. Yeah, we sat through the entire thing and nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing of mention, I should say. But yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Right. You would sit down and you would sit for 1 hour, even if Sonic was put right at the end, and if it was 30 seconds and they were like, hey, new Sonic game, here's a teaser trailer, here's a date, more details soon. And it wouldn't have even mattered. You would probably have been happy as long as it looked good. From what you saw, if it looked good for 30 seconds, and it was like, here's some information, more details soon, you would have walked away likely satisfied, even though you just sat through an hour seeing trailers of things that you probably don't care about. But here's the thing. There is a point here, is that E3 this E3 stream could have been an opportunity for the mid-tier to low-tier people that are like, man, we need to get our games on the map. You ever go to the Nintendo YouTube channel, and you could see like the Animal Crossing trailers, and all their AAA games have millions upon millions of views. But then you get these smaller games, they have like 10,000 views, 20,000 views. And there's not a lot of people not a lot of people seeing these games. But you put it on an audience in front of 100,000 people, heck, 1 million people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're having 1 million people looking at your game, even though you're a mid to low tier company. But the problem is convincing the AAA companies with their AAA IPs to grant over their trailers for their showings for E3 to provide provide interest for people to come and see, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But there's an opportunity there for E3 to make money, and they're just dropping the ball. They're not. They're just like, nope.
Either they don't want to put in the effort, or something else is going on.
Yeah, something goofy's going on. Something is intriguing going on behind the scenes, and very confusing and very all over the place. Speaking of confusing and all over the place, let us segue into our main piece of news, because this is going to be interesting. And everyone listening in right now, if you are listening to this live on YouTube, please, if you want to converse in the live chat or in the comment section below, please do. We want your opinion on this, because right now the internet is pretty split overall.
I agree on that, yeah.
So here we go. The PlayStation 5 controller on Tuesday. Just a normal Tuesday. Nothing special. No reveals. No whatever day, or something cool. Or no.
Hey guys, here's the controller.
Here's the controller. Boom. Out of nowhere.
That's it. Just done. And we were like, what?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Needless to say, this blew up the internet. People were honestly, I like this approach to where it's like, hey, it's a normal Thursday night, nothing going on. Bam, PS5 reveal. I like that. That's fun. That's fun for all of us because we're always scattering like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Wait, what is that? What did that get announced just now? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, what if they're going to be doing this for the whole console? Like one day, bam, controller, drop. That's it. Internet freaks out. They discuss it. We're discussing it right now. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. 2 weeks later, bam. Here's what the VR headset looks like. Like they're gonna save the console for the very last. So let's do bam VR headset. Okay, a week later, bam camera. Okay, cool. Bam. Here's what the game cases look like. Bam. There's the console. All just like it's just spontaneous releases. Sony's like, just there you go. Release it. There you go. Show them what it looks like.
Yeah, it's crazy to see these shadow drops because I think it might have to deal with the blank. Because of the blank, these shadow drops have been coming out of nowhere. Like we saw the Modern Warfare 2, the remaster,
just out of nowhere. The whole game, there.
So the console, the look of the controller has a lot of people split. Right now, it is an interesting color. So the controller is white with a black, what looks like a underbelly, I suppose, going up to the analog sticks and down on the controllers, and it's thicker, and it's called
a lot beefier.
It's beefier, but it is called the DualSense. No longer is it called the DualShock, it is now the DualSense, and because it has haptic feedback, which allows for apparently that's better than what already from what I've heard is that it's better than the Xbox Series X controller, because the Series X controller is just a one basically.
I've been comparing it to the Switch's HD Rumble. I don't know how technologically advanced this PS5 controller vibration is going to be. This haptic feedback is going to be. Mm-hmm. I expect it's going to be like, oh, you shoot a gun and you can feel multiple vibrations. I don't know if it's going to be. Because you have a Switch. I'm not sure if have you played 1-2 Switch?
No, but I've experienced the HD Rumble and it is cool.
Yeah. The example I wanted to bring real quick is in 1-2 Switch. That game just shows off the Joy-Cons, and one of the mini games is you hold the Joy-Con up and it represents a ball of marbles, and you have to roll them around and guess how many marbles are in there. And it blew my mind because I could feel the individual marbles rolling around and bouncing off of each other. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is going to be that level of crazy, but I do think it's still going to be impressive, especially for like FPS games.
Now, what's interesting is I've heard the opposite. I heard someone say it's a bit better than HD Rumble on the Joy-Cons.
Oh, really?
Apparently. So apparently they said this because it's got the haptic feedback, but what it also has is it has adaptive triggers. So they said that one of the things that it can do is that it can essentially the back buttons can get stiffer or looser depending on the developer. And they said that they did a tech demo with pulling an arrow. And what happened was that when he pushed down on the right trigger, it was easy at first, but got harder as he pulled the bow back until it fully strung. And he could feel almost like the button like pushing back against him because he was holding on for too long.
That is interesting.
Yes.
Me working at a game store that does repairs, my immediate thought is, wow, that's going to be a pain to repair.
Yeah, that's another thing I heard is that it's expensive.
I cannot imagine what the triggers look like and all of I'm pretty sure there's a separate board connected to the triggers.
Yeah.
Because I forget what controller it is, but I think it's the Joy-Cons where they have a separate little board in there for a certain something.
Right.
And I'm imagining this might have it too.
I think so. And they were saying that they could feel where in their hands, they could literally feel the shaft of the arrow and on their fingers. And they said that it was really weird because then they put him in the same tech demo with VR, but he still had the controller in his hands. And he said it was the most surreal feeling. Then they gave him a tech demo of graphics, and basically the guy, when they dropped him into the world and the world loaded, the guy just started according to him, started swearing like crazy. He said
that's weird.
He said the reason why, he says, because he said he looked at a bush, and he said it looked like a bush. He said each individual leaf was moving to the wind.
That's impressive.
So
that's really cool.
And there's been some leaked tech demos of the next generation engine of how hair is going to be interactive, how hair movement, and it's scary. It is scary. Some of these tech demos I'm seeing, next gen is going to be, we're going to be entering Uncanny Valley. We're entering
it's going to be more and more immersive, because right now I'm also reading another first-hand experience with the haptic feedback where someone was playing a version of Gran Turismo Sport on a PS5 dev kit.
Yeah.
And they were playing the game, and the trigger was, like you said, it was adapting to the terrain that they were on. So if they're going from asphalt to dirt, the trigger would suddenly get harder to push because it's pushing against the car.
Right.
But the haptic feedback, you could feel the difference in the surface.
That's
like
crazy.
on the regular road, it's just like a couple of, because there's every road isn't perfect. You go onto the road, there's a bunch of rocks and everything, and your hands are just feeling all the little individual rocks and bumps and everything. And it's weird. Now, we also need to talk about a couple of things. One, the big concern for me at first was that the PS5 now has a built-in microphone.
Yeah.
Now, that is cool for people who don't have headsets right away, but, for everyone who bought a PS4 brand new, you got a little tiny one-ear Sony headset to hold you off. I'm sure this is going to come with that too.
It was terrible.
It was awful, and it hurt.
It hurt, yeah.
It hurt me bad. Now, my concern is if let's say, for example, I'm playing Call of Duty on the PS5, and I go into a lobby, and little Jimmy with his new PS5 doesn't know that you can mute the microphone, because on the controller, there's a little button that just lets you mute the microphone. You just push it once, and there you go. It's muted. Little Jimmy here isn't going to know how to mute that, so you're just going to be hearing all kinds of screaming and hollering and pets running around and him just like getting in his bag of chips, and you hearing like...
I hope it comes default muted.
Yes, please, and you push it again to unmute it, and there's something in the game that tells you what to do, that it's unmuted. But thankfully, this isn't replacing headsets.
Yeah.
There is still an audio jack. You can still plug in your headset.
Audio jacks, thank you. Can we bring them back to phones too? I don't care if it makes them thicker. I don't care.
I don't know, man. I've been out of the mainstream phone game for a while. Does yours have a headphone jack? Because mine does. Oh, mine does. I don't think I've had one phone that's dropped it. I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah, wait 3 years. 3 years from now, I can almost promise you they'll probably be gone.
No,
and it's better not. No, I'm just saying. But the thing is that okay, the hype for PlayStation 5 is starting to rev up again, but I'm still standing on the same thing. We need to see something. Okay, controller, great. If we can keep this, if PlayStation maintains this pattern or speeds it up, I'm going to be happy. But they got to drop it's like once all the stuff is out, we need to see games, because there was actually something that there was a Twitter user by the name, I think it's Benji Sales, big person in the industry. They study sales and everything, and he's saying that according to him, we're going to be, just by looking at patterns and stuff, that we're going to be seeing a massive drop of third-party PS5 and Xbox Series X games about to be announced very soon. He said, because if you look, there's only like, in the PlayStation 5 exclusive media, there's only like 4 games left. And
yeah, that's bizarre. I saw that God of War was taken off the list, which is very confusing.
Right. So there's only 4 games left to be released in this generation, right? And I'm trying to think. You got The Last of Us, The Ghost of Tsushima, and there's probably another 2 that I'm missing.
There's Cyberpunk, but that's not an exclusive.
That's not an exclusive.
I'm just gonna do a quick upcoming PS4 games.
Right, because the thing is that there's gonna be a whole bunch of games, AAA games, that are supposed to be coming, but even those are starting to lighten up too.
Oh, Iron Man. Was that one of them?
VR game though.
Oh, well, Predator.
Okay, yeah, Predator.
Ghost-
Okay, that's another one. Yeah.
Windbound.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. Going Under, Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters PS5. You see what I mean? Like that's
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right.
like we're literally running out of time. Right? You got to hype these games up.
So one thing I hope that they do that was my favorite thing when the PlayStation Vita was announced.
Mm-hmm.
Before they like showed off a trailer, they showed off what it looked like they did with the controller,
Mm-hmm.
and then they described what it can do in the features like this controller. And then I don't know if they're going to do this, but right after that, they released a launch trailer which showed off the console, and then it showed a sizzle reel of games and what the Vita could do. So
Right.
you would have like a quick snippet of Uncharted, and it would show the person like touching the screen to make them climb, and then it would swipe away, and then it would be this game called Little Deviants and then it showed them using the back touch screen to move around and everything.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going through games to show what the features of the Vita were while also showing off the game. It was cool.
Right.
And I hope they do that with the PS5. Like, hey guys, check it out. Here's a game. Here's what the controller can do. Cool. Here's another game. Here's what it can also can do. Cool. Here's another game, another feature, another feature.
Yeah.
And they just kind of bundle it together. So there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of hype.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch that Vita trailer, it was very informative on the launch. It was very good. And I'm hoping that they do the same thing.
They might.
Two other things with the controller. One, the PlayStation button isn't a circle anymore. It's like just a logo piece, and I don't know how I feel about that. It kind of makes it less, like, it doesn't make it as easy to push as just a regular button would be.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be real though. How many times are you really pushing that button?
That's true.
Right? It's like you're not pushing it too often.
It looks like it might be plastic or metal. I'm assuming plastic, but that's really shiny.
Plastic. Well, I can understand that, and I do agree. But at the same time, like I said, how many times are you pushing that button? Like if it was like the X button that was like that, I'd be like, hold the time out, right?
Wait a minute.
Wait a second. But
so
yeah,
they've been really pushing less time to do stuff on the controller.
Yeah.
And you can tell that by they have another shot of the controller laying down, and you could see that the face buttons, the shape buttons, are almost flush with the controller. They stick out a little bit, but they are very, very close to the shell, which means there is less travel time when you push it. Because if you look at your PS4 controller, I'm looking at it right now, you can see there's a pretty good chunk of button that you can see protruding from the shell. You can see it sticking out pretty prominently. On the PS5 controller, it is just like a smooth little, like a curve almost. There's no bump coming out.
I will say though, the bump on the Xbox controller is significantly larger than the bump on the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, it is like they put like, it's like they grabbed marbles out of their grandma's vase and like threw it in the controller. Like, yeah, that looks good.
It's fine.
They also said that they changed the share button to the create button.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means for us as content creators. I don't know if they're just rebranding it or if there's going to be a better screen recording feature.
They might be trying to build a first party in console like editor, like an actual like editing software.
Yeah, because they had something like that in PS4, but it was very, very bare bones. It was called like it was Share Factory, and all you could do was just trim a clip. Like that was basically it.
Yeah.
Now I'm also curious. We've been talking about this too. Is the console gonna look like this? The black and white tone. Is that what it's gonna look like?
I think it's gonna be that. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for them to do it otherwise. I mean, why would they do that? I mean, when we saw every controller reveal that they've done, the reveal a controller that's black, 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 and guess what the first console looked like? Black.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm looking at the PS1 right now. The gray controller, gray console, black controller, PS2, black console, 3, 4, maybe. I mean, they're changing the name to DualSense.
Right.
Why not change the look of the launch console to be black and white? It kind of makes it stand out.
Yeah.
Well, not really, because I was thinking it's black and white, and Xbox's consoles are, you guessed it, black and white.
Right.
So
I'm still interested to see what it looks like. Like I do want to see what it looks like, but the fact that it's the way that they did the black and white, it is a little off-putting, but there is one thing I'm going to say about the terms of the two-tone design is that when we get to the future controllers and different color variations and stuff, it's going to be absolutely crazy when it comes to the market, where people are going to be able to do whatever color they want, purples, oranges, blues, yellows, and you can make these really crazy combinations. And it looks like the buttons too, they're kind of like the way that they're kind of clear coat, so it might be different colors. Some people are, the light bar that's underneath now kind of gives like a nice hue to it, an advanced technological hue to it. I think here's the thing though, ultimately it comes down to one thing and one thing only, is how does it feel in your hands? That's it.
Yeah, and this looks really comfy. It looks like it has some heft to it, which I really like. That's what I like in my phones. I'd rather my phone have heft to it, so I know that there's something in it.
Yeah.
And if I drop it, it's not going to
explode,
break apart and shatter. Exactly, yeah. This looks like it's going to be pretty hefty to hold, which is nice. It's going to feel natural. Mm-hmm. The controller looks like it's very, very comfortable. I noticed that the light bar is no longer on the top, and it's behind the touchpad. Now, my question is, how will that affect VR? Because VR games look for that light bar.
I think they're going to be adjusting for it. I think that they're going to be removing that in a sense. I don't know how they're going to work with it.
Because think about backwards compatible PS4 VR games, because not all of them are going to get patched. I'm wondering if like the PS5's quote-unquote emulation of the PS4, maybe they'll inherently replace the light bar with just like the gyroscope or something like that.
Maybe. They might do that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're going to launch with. But speaking of a good launch... segue.
Oh!
So, we are segueing into the Final Fantasy VII Remake launch.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers at all.
Not spoiling a thing. Do not worry. But I may or may not need help getting out of this game because I'm stuck. I can't help but keep playing it. I love it.
I'm flip-flopping between Animal Crossing and Final Fantasy. Like, on one end, I'm like, oh, this is nice. On the other end, I'm like, oh, dear God, help!
I'm surrounded by death!
Yeah, and that one's Animal Crossing.
Tarantula Island.
Dear God! But you go first, because I know you have a lot more to say, since this game is, like, pretty much your game.
Yeah, so the big thing about this game was that I was introduced to it by my sister, the original. It wasn't my sister that owned the original, it was my brother. So it was a long way past, or a long, weird relationship with me in the game. And every single time I tried to buy it physically after the fact, it was always exorbitant in terms of price. It was always like, hey, oh yeah, the original game, $110. It's like, I didn't have $110. And as time went on, it just got more and more in price. So, when it went digitally and I was playing that was fun, to see it come back and to see all these things, all the beautiful parts of Midgar, to see the game brought back in such a beautiful manner. I am just having a time of my life with it. I love the characters of Final Fantasy VII. They're my favorite thing of the entire franchise. I love Cloud.
Would you say this affected you, like, quote unquote emotionally, as much as like the Crash or Spyro remake announcement?
It was yes and no. So the difference was that Crash and Spyro were games that I played, right? I played Final Fantasy VII as a kid. I did, but I also watched my sister play a lot of it. I watched her do the final boss. I watched her endlessly search for pieces, and I was the one sitting beside her and pointing things out to her and trying, reading through the manual, trying to figure out where to go and what to do. And it hit me in a different emotional sense than Crash and Spyro. But when they announced the final, I remember because did you know that they announced this remake back in 2015?
Yeah, I remember it was a tech demo for the PS3.
Yeah.
Like, that's when it originated. It's been in that development hell for a while.
Do you know why?
A lot of it. Was it because of their Luminous engine? Was that one of the big reasons?
No. So the reason why was because they actually were having it handled by a third party originally. They had a company. They had a company called CyberConnect 2, I think it was CyberConnect something, and basically the heads of Square were still managing it, but the people who were developing it was CyberConnect, and essentially what happened was that they were really slow. They were not doing a good job. They weren't doing if you were to go back to there's a 2015 E3 trailer, and if you look at the difference between that trailer and what we got today, even just in the bombing mission, you will be blown away and be like, this is such a stark difference. And CyberConnect 2 was working on it, and one of the other main reasons why they were having such a hard time with it was because the director Nomura was working on Kingdom Hearts 3 at the time.
Okay.
So, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and once that was finished, they're like, okay, where's the game? The process was not going so hot, so they essentially took everything from CyberConnect 2, fired them, and just revamped it. So they recycled some parts that were usable and such, and so much and so forth, and they just brought it internally, and they worked on it, and they created what we have now. So it took 5 years to get here, and I don't think it's going to take 5 years for part 2. I think it's going to take maybe 2 years, and then we'll have part 2 out.
I'm thinking, because remember with Final Fantasy 13, I think, which was on the PS3, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that game had 3 parts released on the PS3 for that one game alone. And I think the big problem with the 7 remake was that it took so long just to get the game started and going and building up the world and the character models and finding the right generation to stick with.
Right.
I think now that they have everything set in stone, it seems like it might be another 13 where it's like, okay, 7 remake came out. Okay, a year from now, or maybe a year and a half, part 2 comes out. Okay, well, we don't know if there's going to be a part 3 and a part 4, so this could go well on for another 4 to 5 years. My question is part 2 going to be on the PS5?
It's going to have to be. There's no way it cannot be.
And if that's the case, I just thought of this. Final Fantasy VII is a timed exclusive on PS4 for a year, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so next year, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X is going to be out.
Mm-hmm.
Is there going to be a PS5 re-release for the remake? That way, in the future, they can bundle them all together for the PS5.
You know, that's a really smart idea, and I think so, because the big thing that I'm noticing is that there are some, like, as I'm getting deeper into the game, there are, and you were noticing too, there's some performance issues when it comes to textures and when it comes to optimization. But I mean, we're at the end of the console generation, so of course there's going to be problems, right? They're pushing the console to its max capacity. So to get in a sense, a remaster or a remake or a re-release, a port, we'll say, of the Final Fantasy VII Part 1, I wouldn't say that's far-fetched. I think that would probably be what's going to happen. And I get a feeling, and like I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. It might get the Kingdom Hearts treatment where...
Ooh.
Yeah, so here's what I'm thinking is that we're going to get all the parts, right? All separately released. Then they're going to release a Ultimate Edition with all parts in it, remixed and everything, like, you know, like, okay, they did everything, now let's put it all together and make it like cohesively work. And then they might do another one, which is like the Ultimate 2.8 whatever, you know how Kingdom Hearts did it. I would go as far as, I don't think that it won't go as far as Kingdom Hearts will go, but we might get that where we might get like, it might be, okay, when the last one comes out, let's say the last one's 4. Let's say it's 4 parts, right? When part 4 comes out, they'll release part 4 by itself, and then they'll release parts 1 to 4 with that as well. So they'll have the bundle, and they'll have part 4 on its own. And then 6 months later, let's say around Christmas time, they'll release all 4 parts again, remixed, And
it hurts my head.
do you get what I mean?
I hate it.
Right, the Final Fantasy VII complete edition 2, where they're gonna have, they might even have it where, like, instead of it being all separate discs, like it'll still be separate discs, but like, let's say if they can fit more on the first disc, then parts of part 2 will be on that disc. Maybe they'll make it even smaller. They might make it 3 discs because of the size of the discs that we might be getting. We might be getting 100 gig discs for next generation, so they might be able to shrink it down. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. I'm wondering if they'll do what they did with Kingdom Hearts and the Xbox, where they'll release like part 3, and then
that was
and
weird.
then like a year after they'll do part 1 and 2 together. So Xbox people are like, wait,
what's happening?
What? Where am I?
Yeah, could you imagine dropping someone who's never played Kingdom Hearts before into Kingdom Hearts 3? Like,
yeah, it's just like, what? I'm sorry.
It's like, hey, we're gonna show off. Let's show off Axel. Who? Who? I love
Axel.
you, Kyrie. Who's Kyrie?
Oh wow, Goofy. What?
I am confused. Speaking of confused, though, we got to talk about this.
It's still Final Fantasy related. Canadian, let me ask you one quick question.
Yes.
Is easy mode too easy, or am I just being a baby?
I don't know.
Please answer. Now. I'm in the middle of picking easy or normal. What do I pick? Am I a child? So yes, I'm sure you're all familiar with the website Kotaku.
Did we just literally hold on? I just paused for a second. Did we not, like, last week or the week before, talk about Jason Schreier and saying how he's good, but Kotaku isn't?
Oh yes, you're right. You're totally right.
We literally were just like, hey, Jason Schreier is cool. Kotaku is the publisher, not so much. Here's the reason why.
Yes. Oh, this ate you up more than it did me. I just thought it was funny, but they have a knack for doing things like this.
Oh my gosh, it hurts. It hurts. So Kotaku came forward. They made a news article that was approximately like 3 paragraphs long. And within those 3 paragraphs, I wanted to take this pen that I'm currently holding in my hand and slam it in my eyeball 4 times. In 3 paragraphs, I wanted to make myself go blind 4 times. Their headline was, and I quote, Final Fantasy VII Remake Easy Mode is too easy.
What?
That's the headline.
Let me save you a click and summarize the article. It's doing its job. Little did I know that picking easy would in fact make the game easy.
So essentially, I actually read through the article. I gave the guy a chance. I wish I didn't. I want my 45 seconds back. That took me to read that article. So basically what happened was they were just saying about how they went through the entire game on normal and they were doing pretty well up to a point close to the end of the game where they kept dying, and they got mad and they said, you know what? I'm going to switch to easy mode. He switched to easy mode and he ripped through the characters really quickly and didn't...
Who would have thought?
And he said, wow, that's way too easy. And basically, the point that he was trying to make was, hey, and then it started trending on Twitter. It actually started trending on Twitter.
Yeah, that's how I saw it. Because, God knows I don't read Kotaku.
It got so bad. That they actually changed the headline. They changed the headline. And it was hilarious. Let me see if I can still find the headline so I can read it word for word. Hold on.
So the new headline is the difference between Final Fantasy VII's easy and normal modes is too drastic. And if you go to the article, it says update. The article original headline was, you read it, has been changed to better convey the writer's issue with the particular easy mode. It still doesn't change the fact that it's easy. If you're having trouble on the normal difficulty and you go to easy mode, easy makes it easy. What is the problem here?
Yeah.
If it's too easy, get off of easy mode.
Exactly. This is where and I got mad because here's the big thing was that a big thing that Kotaku was yelling and screaming about, and this was the irony of all of this. I'm gonna hit pause and I'm gonna rewind back to a time of last year. Do you remember Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice literally had a huge backlash for not having an easy mode. It was huge. It was like reign of chaos because people with accessibility issues can't play the game because it requires a lot of reaction time. It requires a lot of timing. And if you don't have that, you can't play the game. It's a Souls game, right? And so people were going back and forth across the table whether or not this was this was okay or not. I'm sending you an image right now because Kotaku last year made a headline that said, and I quote, "An easy mode has never ruined a game."
Oh my lord. Wow.
Last year.
I didn't know. Wow.
So last year.
I am completely flabbergasted.
Last year they made a headline that is, and I quote, "An easy mode has never ruined a game." And then 1 year later, Final Fantasy VII's easy mode is too easy.
To add more to this, back in 2017, Kotaku also had another article when the Insane Trilogy released, when everyone was calling it the Dark Souls of platformers. Mm-hmm. They had an article that said the Crash Bandicoot remakes really are tougher than the originals, and they're going on to talk about how difficult the game is,
right,
and how people don't remember it being hard. They're talking about difficulty again, and then flash forward to Sekiro. Hey, this game is also really hard. Why is there not an easy mode? Flash forward to now. Hey, why is there an easy mode? I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
This was a problem for me because the big thing is that, and they said, oh yeah, and this isn't even this is the quote that they said, and this was what made me really, really mad. This was the quote. "I am the last person to shy away from playing a game on easy, but Final Fantasy VII's Remake easy mode is a joke, and it's not even the game's easiest setting. Classic mode is easy mode. Only your character attacks and defends automatically. It might as well be a visual novel." Hey, you do realize that there are people that enjoy video games that don't want the stress of combat, right? There are people who want to treat it like a book, or like if they wanted to, they can treat it like a visual novel. Right.
But, sometimes people with disabilities can't have the reaction time that a lot of other people do.
Exactly.
Maybe they need some help, or maybe people just want to sit back and get through the game and then play through it again on normal.
Yeah, some people, they just want to, hey, I just want to rush through it. I want to see the pretty colors. I want to see Aerith. I want to see Tifa. I want to see all the amazing characters, and that's all I care about. And you know what? Kudos to them if that's what they want. Or maybe they're older. Maybe they played this game in their 30s. Like they played the original in their 30s, and now they're in their 50s or 60s, and they have a hard time understanding and comprehending materia, understanding the different combos and stuff like that. And they just want to play the game. They don't care about that.
I'm 22 and I struggle with the combat. I'm still getting through it, but I'm having trouble and I'm working my way through it.
Exactly.
That's what I did with Persona 5, dude. I had that game for 4 years before I finally beat it. I just got busy, but I eventually just changed the difficulty. So same thing with Final Fantasy. In Persona 5, there is a difficulty called safe mode, where everything is extremely easy. If you die in battle, you just get back up and keep going. You don't restart. You just go from where you left off. And it's mainly for people who just want to experience the story, and that's what I wanted to do. I'm familiar with Persona. I'm a longtime fan. I just wanted to get through it because Royal came out a week before that.
Yeah.
So I put it on safe and I got through the story and I had a great time. I had a fantastic time. If people want to do that with Final Fantasy, by all means, dude, put it on classic, let it play, and there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
It's I don't get it. How ignorant can you be?
I don't understand. I don't get where you can turn around and be like, oh yeah, easy game, easy mode has never ruined any game, and then turn around and say, yeah, this ruined the game. It's like, this is ridiculous. Speaking of ruin the game, though.
Speaking of ridiculous,
Oh
good lord.
boy! So you take
dude.
this one because my head hurts when you even talk about it. So you just take it and run.
Okay, so, good lord, where do I start? So, Cooking Mama came out for the Switch. People love Cooking Mama. It's a very easy sit-back game. You play with friends, family, let's play, just whatever. You cook stuff. Cool. This new game comes out called Cooking Mama Cookstar. And, no one thought anything of it. It's just another Cooking Mama for the Switch. Okay, cool. It's for the Switch. Flash forward to Bitcoin accusations.
Oh boy.
What happened here? So basically what was happening is it all started with the game being released by this publisher called Planet Entertainment. I think this is the first time. I don't know how they got their hands on Cooking Mama. I'm looking at their profile. They do a lot of shovelware for the Switch.
Yeah.
Like Party Arcade, Bass Pro, Cabela's. Oh, Activision lost Cabela's. That's news to me. So they got their hands on Cooking Mama. How do I make easy money? So Cooking Mama has been primarily a Nintendo IP. It hasn't never been owned by Nintendo. It's just been only released on Nintendo platforms. And this releases on the Switch, and people are reporting that their Switches are overheating like crazy. That's weird because this is a Cooking Mama game. The only 3D... one of the terms is shovelware. This is probably one of the better shovelware titles out there, but it's still considered shovelware because there's not a lot of effort. It's very easy. Throw it out there, whatever. Right. Like I said, Bass Pro Shops fishing for the Switch. Yeah, that's obvious shovelware. Yeah. It's just people for a quick buck. Yeah. So people are like, okay, that's weird. The only 3D model on screen now is an incomplete arm. Why is my Switch overheating? Yeah. Smash cut to The Witcher 3 on the Switch. It's The Witcher, and my Switch is warm. It's not overheating because it's optimized. So some people made the claim when they looked into the code, they saw this term in the code called, I think it was called blockchaining. Yes. I think it was called. Yes, it was. And that is a term, if I remember correctly, that is a term for Bitcoin mining. Yes. I'm sure a lot of people are aware, but for those of you who don't know, Bitcoin is just a cryptocurrency, which is like online money that you would need a graphics card or some sort of GPU to mine for Bitcoin, and then you could sell it for... I remember when I was in high school, people were selling it for... Like one Bitcoin when I was in high school was the equivalent of like, what? $5,000 or so? At one point, it's weird. Yeah. At one point. I don't understand it because it's fake money, and I don't get it, but people do it. So people were thinking that this game was mining for Bitcoin behind the scenes because of the overheating. Because, there's no reason for this game to make your Switch overheat. Now, people with a modded Switch had this overlay that would, on the Switch, that would show you the temperature of your Switch, the percentage of, like, the CPU, the GPU, what cores are being used. It's like a PC would. Right. So they load up Cooking Mama. They go to the title screen. The title screen alone, with only 2D graphics, and the GPU usage is at 97%. Yeah. That is an immediate red flag for Bitcoin mining. Right. And then to add fuel to the fire, the game was pulled from everywhere. Mm-hmm. Literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. Amazon was out of stock. GameStop was out of stock. I don't know if I told you yesterday when I went to go pick up Final Fantasy VII Remake at Target. Yeah. They had it. They had 2 copies of it for $30, and I was really close to getting it just as a collector's piece. But I was like, nah, it's fine. I don't need it. I don't want my Switch to melt. And cut to now, people are selling sealed copies for like $100. It gets weirder because Planet Entertainment came out and said, hey guys, no, there is no cryptocurrency mining. We called it blockchain because people in the studio put some words together that sounded cool and investors liked it. And I was like, you know what? That is a perfectly fine reason. It's dumb, but I get it. That is 100% understandable. So it was debunked there's no cryptocurrency mining, but there was still some legal stuff because the game was straight up just using YouTube rips for the background music. And if you're wondering, hey, Shemp, how do you know that? How do you know that's real? Well, if you look at the game's files, the file is literally called YouTube rip _BGM. And there was like 3 of them in the game.
Yep.
That's a big no-no. And Nintendo was like, yo, why? You can't do that. Why? So that's why the game got pulled from the eShop, and it got put back on there. But get this, it's $60 now.
Why?
They're selling it for $60. And the thing that confuses me more is that no stores have restocked this game. I don't think anyone's going to restock this game after the controversy.
Yeah.
Whoa! What? Hold on.
What?
I just made another real. Okay, I'll get to this. No one's restocking this. Amazon's not. GameStop's not. Target has no more new restock. Walmart doesn't have it. There's still links to it, but there's no stock. Right. So Planet Entertainment was selling it from their website directly, and that was the only place you could buy it. I don't even know if it's on the eShop right now. So you could only buy it from their website, and they were selling it for $60. The revelation I just made is that I went to their website just to check it out, and they lowered the price to $40, but that's still more than what they were initially charging.
What is happening?
I don't know what's happening with this game. Plus there's wait, hold on. Oh, there's a notice on their website. When we set up our e-commerce webpage a few days ago, we did not have anything ready for prime time. If you paid more than $40 plus $5 shipping, we have refunded you the difference. So they messed up on the listing on their own website.
They need to take a step back and take a breath, because they are screwing up horribly.
What is happening? And I don't know. I don't know anything about Planet Entertainment. I'm looking at their games. Like, I'm looking at the Bass Pro Switch thing, and I'm looking at the Cabela's thing, and it's not just the game. Like, if you buy it, you get this like the old school plastic gun that you put the Joy-Cons in, and it's like, okay, they're manufacturing something, but who are these people?
It sounds like a very unprofessional company that needs to get their stuff
like
straight.
Daddy's money.
Oh, it's really bad. I mean, the fact
Who
that
developed cooking.
The fact that the fact that they messed up this badly over and over and over and over again, just really shows that maybe this company needs to really reprioritize their stuff, because this is really dumb. And the fact that all the shenanigans happen, and the fact that they didn't even look up what blockchain meant, it was like, yeah, it's a cool word. The fact that they didn't say, hey, maybe we should check to make sure it's not a word that references to anything else. Like, it would just take one Google search, type in blockchain, what happens? Oh, it means
I wonder what this is.
Oh, it means that we better not use that.
So the whole, I don't know if you want to call this a rabbit hole, but the whole situation gets even more confusing, because apparently it's Cookstar is not the only name for it. Apparently it's also known somewhere as Cooking Mama Coming Home to Mama. So this game has 2 different titles.
Oh gosh.
I don't know if this is for region, because it doesn't say it's for region. It just says that it's another name for it. And I'm looking up the developer. I don't know who the developer is. Called First Playable Productions.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them. And it looks like they make, of course, mobile games. Of course. It is all mobile games. I'm at their website, and I gotta send you a picture of this. This is on their front page. They have a bubble that just shows like a game that they worked on, I think, but it's like squished and like compressed. This proudly made in Troy, New York. Okay, so they're an American-based company.
Oh gosh.
They made a Flash game. Wait, no. I am so confused. What? Okay, sorry. This whole Cooking Mama thing just goes down a deeper rabbit hole. What happened? What happened?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what? Why don't you guys comment below and tell us what you think, because it's so dumb. And maybe you know some information on this, shed some light for us, because we need to know, because unfortunately that's all the time that we have for today. So if you guys want to listen to more Wumpa Time, make sure to tune in to us on SoundCloud, on Spotify, Apple Music, I think it is, whatever it is, whatever it is, I'm not sure what it's called. We're everywhere and anywhere, in your ears and annoying you all the time. If you want to follow us over on Twitter, make sure to follow me at Canadian Guy A with the extra H. We're still hunting down the original Canadian Guy A that stole my name. And make sure to go
give up the domain.
Give up the name. Drop the H, the extra H. And make sure to go follow Shemp over on Shemp Official on Twitter. Subscribe to Shemp as well on YouTube. Make sure to tune in next time, because we are going to be... this is episode 20. We made it to 20 episodes.
Oh, you're right. This is 20 episodes.
Is there a celebration?
Someone sponsor us. Anyone.
Someone sponsor us. Can we get sponsored by Carrier Pigeons?
Please? A Segway company for Wumpa Time Segway?
Wumpa Time Segway? Carrier Pigeons? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.